Alright, as I said, we'll be making a Berserker, eventually dual classing it into Thief. I've got to change this portrait, viewers. I'm so sorry. I can't handle it. Like, that's just not a good portrait. I don't want to be CERNed, man. We'll be this guy. Not really looking like a Berserker to me, but what can you do? Alignment. We do want to be evil. The main reason for this is that this is kind of a power gaming run, and quite frankly, we can do some things if we're evil, but if we don't have an evil alignment set as our alignment, regardless of what our reputation is, we can't do them. That includes, well, mostly stuff in Watcher's Keep, actually, with some demons. But all dealings with demons get nerfed as a result. Not quite good enough. That's gonna be good enough. Charisma, haha. Don't even worry about that, guys. Charisma's terrible. Just max out your strength, your dex, your constitution. Oh, excuse me. I forgot I needed to do that. Now, here's the thing, guys. Charisma, if you did this with a real Dungeons and Dragons character, this would be like ridiculous. You know, you'd be ugly. You would be like, you couldn't talk to people because everyone would hate you just from looking at you. You would have terrible body language. You'd probably smell horrible. Everything. Wisdom, you know, you would be dumber than a brick. So somebody could say, oh, there's a pile of gold outside, and you'd go running out, and you'd have no choice but to go look for it. But in this game, since all of your answers are predetermined anyways, and very few of them actually depend on these stats, then it doesn't matter, you know. So this is like, I don't know, autism mode, I suppose, in real D&D, but in this game, totally a joke. Intelligence, however, is handy because illithids drain it, and they will just kill you. If you've got like 7 intelligence, they'll kill you in 3 hits, and that's annoying. That's like one round. So that's what that's about. Skills. Now, alright, as I said, we'll be making a Berserker, eventually dual classing it into Thief. I've got to change this portrait, viewers. I'm so sorry. I can't handle it. Like, that's just not a good portrait. I don't want to be CERNed, man. We'll be this guy. Not really looking like a Berserker to me, but what can you do? Alignment. We do want to be evil. The main reason for this is that this is kind of a power gaming run, and quite frankly, we can do some things if we're evil, but if we don't have an evil alignment set as our alignment, regardless of what our reputation is, we can't do them. That includes, well, mostly stuff in Watcher's Keep, actually, with some demons. But all dealings with demons get nerfed as a result. Not quite good enough. That's gonna be good enough. Charisma, haha. Don't even worry about that, guys. Charisma's terrible. Just max out your strength, your dex, your constitution. Oh, excuse me. I forgot I needed to do that. Now, here's the thing, guys. Charisma, if you did this with a real Dungeons and Dragons character, this would be like ridiculous. You know, you'd be ugly. You would be like, you couldn't talk to people because everyone would hate you just from looking at you. You would have terrible body language. You'd probably smell horrible. Everything. Wisdom, you know, you would be dumber than a brick. So somebody could say, oh, there's a pile of gold outside, and you'd go running out, and you'd have no choice but to go look for it. But in this game, since all of your answers are predetermined anyways, and very few of them actually depend on these stats, then it doesn't matter, you know. So this is like, I don't know, autism mode, I suppose, in real D&D, but in this game, totally a joke. Intelligence, however, is handy because illithids drain it, and they will just kill you. If you've got like 7 intelligence, they'll kill you in 3 hits, and that's annoying. That's like one round. So that's what that's about. Skills. Now, we're a thief, so we're eventually going to be a thief, so that limits our choices somewhat. You can't backstab with anything that a thief can't normally use. Thieves can use long swords, short swords, katanas, scimitars. I believe they can use clubs and quarterstaves. And then I don't think you can backstab with ranged weapons, even though you can in real D&D. So that's kind of different. Eventually, we're going to be maxing out 2-weapon style. Well, maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided if that's actually worth our time or not. Probably eventually, just because we'll have way too many points. But to start, definitely want to max out long swords, and we want a single pip in short swords just so that we don't take a penalty when using a certain number of attacks increasing short sword that we're going to get in a planar prison. We'll give this guy... What color hair do you need, sir? How about bright blue? Oh, that's horrendous. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Yellow. Yeah, we'll be blonde. Why not? And get black and red. That's probably the only tolerable voice, at least in my mind. So there's our first character. Pretty straightforward berserker. Will eventually be dual classing into a thief, as I said. I'm unsure. I may actually need to change this. Well, hell, let's find out right now. We don't need to integrate our other characters right away, so let's watch this little intro scene here, starring John Arenicus as the asshole that we're going to need to kill later at the end of the game.
Child of Baal has awoken. It is time for more experiments. The pain will only be passing. You should survive the process. Interesting. You have much untapped power.
Stop lighting me on fire, bro.
Do you even realize your potential?
Intruders have entered the complex, Master.
They act sooner than we had anticipated. No matter, they will only prove a slight delay.
Alright, so there's the introduction you get. Oh yeah, and then we've got this little guy who thinks he's all that and then some, but surprise, you just got hit with disintegration. Have fun with that, bro. And here we have our savior, Imowen. She will not be in our party for any length of time. Hi, Imowen. How are you? I don't think I can trust you. We don't want to run around blindly, do we? Yep, let's get the hell out of here. No need for dialogue, I don't think. I'll just explain the plot as we go. If we stop for the dialogue, it will take hours and hours. The only thing we are gonna do... Oh no, I thought she had something useful. Oh, she does. She can do something useful for us. So this is basically how the game is. It's a real-time strategy that you can make turn-based by hitting spacebar and pausing the game, which is really unresponsive when you're playing in multiplayer, but what can you do? I've rebound my hotkeys slightly for the sake of convenience. And yeah. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is reform our party and remove a certain group of party members here, specifically Imowen. If we split up, it'll be easier for us to sneak out of here. Actually, you're dead weight because your stats are terrible. But let's see now. Let's see now if I can dual class into Thief. Yeah, I can still dual class into Thief. I thought you might need more charisma. I bet you do in the pen and paper game, but I sure as hell don't here, and there's no way it's gonna happen. So next up, our second party member. Alright, we're back, and we'll be modifying those characters. Yes, we would like to do that. Alright, next up, we'll make a female for this one, I suppose. Probably gonna make this a cleric, so yeah, we'll use Ares' portrait for that. Why not? What should we take here? This is kind of a weird situation for us viewers. Can you make a half-orc cleric? I don't know that you can. You can. Ooh. Well, do they take? I guess that means. The real question is, do they take a penalty to their wisdom? Because if they do, then that really sucks. If they do not, then that's really quite convenient for us. Wow, that was actually a pretty good stat roll. We'll store that and see if we can do better, because I'm greedy as hell. And I sort of need to be with, not this character so much, but some of the other characters will definitely need all of the help that they can get. And this, yeah, that's a really good stat spread, viewers, for a cleric. That's pretty nice. So I guess we'll do that. You could take one out of Constitution. Maybe I'll take one. No. I can't take one out of Intelligence. Since Illithids always drain 3 Intelligence, having this extra one gives me a 4th hit of survival against them compared to 3, and that can be the deciding factor sometimes. And 1 armor class isn't the end of the world, so we're just gonna go with this. That'll work. Never had a half orc before. I could have sworn they got a strength bonus, but clearly I'm mistaken on that. Now then, this is kind of interesting. We're gonna start with massive points into flails, and probably from there go to 2-weapon style, and then once we've got our flails jacked up, or really, let me see, I believe with 1 slot penalties are reduced to minus. Okay, so we'll probably get 2 dots in here just to fully mitigate the penalty to our main hand. Having the offhand doesn't matter too much. And then from there, we'll see where the wind takes us, viewers. But definitely want to start with flails. There's one of the best weapons in the game, is easily accessible early on, and that's a flail. Oh my god, I don't even know what to say about that. I've got nothing, viewers. Blue. We'll make you a blonde too. Actually, we'll give you dark hair. And let's see. Oh, we'll just do black and red. I think everybody will be black and red.
You will fall by my hand.
That's about the only one worth listening to. And you can be Marfa. Shout out to Record of Lotus War there. So there's our second character. Give that a big check mark, and I'm gonna take a look at that model and see just how ridiculous it really is. If it's too bad, I may remake that.
Yes.
Oh, you can't even see it. Can't even see it, viewers. It's a non-issue. Make sure we got some armor. As soon as we put some armor on, yeah, we actually look kind of badass. So that works for me. Coming up next, our third character. Alright, time for character number 3. For this one, yeah, we'll do female again. We'll make this one a Nalia clone. Race. This definitely has to be human because we need to do some dual classing again, viewers. We're going to go with fighter. This time we're going to pick Kensai. As I described during my class description, Kensais are really good when you dual class them into mages to put on that robe of Vecna and really just laugh at everything. As far as alignment goes, it's actually going to be a good party. I just need my main character evil to take advantage of certain extraordinarily abusable mechanics. Now, here's the sad news, viewers. This is going to take forever. Basically, I want at least 18, 18, 18, 18. And then I need my Constitution score to be decent, so I'm not going to bore you with the details on that. We'll be back when I get a decent roll. Alright, we finally did it. This is 1 point away from being a perfect roll. Well, no, actually, I think if you have a fighter built into you, then you can take advantage of up to 18 Constitution. Every other class can only take advantage to 16, though. And, his ability is important to the ranger. Whatever. But this'll give us plenty of HP, a great armor class. This will allow us to abuse wish resting because this will eventually be dual classed into a mage. As for the weapons we're going to use, probably axes, viewers. There are a lot of pretty good axes out there. And for the off, what are we going to do? Maybe single weapon style. I think that sounds good. That sounds appropriate for now. A lot of the early game axes you can't dual wield. We'll put all the rest of our points into 2-weapon style, but this can be pretty handy, so we'll do that. We'll do that for now. Skin again, blue skin. What are we gonna go with for hair though? Maybe white hair. Yeah, this is a caster. Casters have white hair, right? All of them.
You will fall by my hand.
Will fall by my hand. Actually, I know, viewers. We need red hair. Yeah, I guess that's red. Why not? And red.
You will fall by my hand.
Fall by her hand for sure. We're gonna be Lena inverse. Inverse, yes sir. Alright. Does she use axes and slayers? Probably not, but hey. Life isn't perfect, viewers. Next up, an interesting inclusion into our party. Alright, I told you this inclusion would be interesting, and I'm not joking around, viewers. We need us a bard. Has to be female, because I can't think of any decently named male bards for this. Portraits, I don't know what to tell you on this one, viewers. Yeah, a lot of the portraits are kind of questionable. I guess we'll go with Mazzy Fenton. But I think you have to be human to be a bard. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Maybe. Hey, go back. Maybe a half-elf can be a bard. Can you be a bard? Yeah, you could be a half-elf bard. Is there any advantage to that? I guess you get the resistances, but yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll be a blade. Why not? Scalds are alright, but really, because of high-level abilities, this is, like, you never get this because you get the other one anyways. Whereas blades, you can actually use offensively in the beginning, and then you can make them invincible in the late game, so definitely the plan. Neutral good, why not? Abilities, this is going to be easier and harder, viewers. Bards are also spellcasters, but I'm using Wisdom as a dump stat because you can never cast Wish, really. So we don't need more than 16 there, and I'm not even entirely convinced that I'm even gonna try for that. I might try to move over to Dexterity to get the armor class, but well, let's see if we can do better than this. Well, certainly not with that roll. The real problem with this is we're gonna need high rolls like in here, because you can't really drag away from that, and there's no way that's gonna work. So I think once again this is gonna be a situation where I'm gonna need to step off. Ooh, hold the boat, viewers, hold the boat. We may have done it. We need the intelligence so that our spell casting isn't abysmal, but I think we did it. Yeah, that's good enough for me. I'd rather have the armor class than the extra HP. It's really, this is more convenient. Yeah, alright, well, I thought that was going to take much longer than it actually did. Charisma, interestingly, you can get your charisma to the maximum that you need for shop negotiation with a simple level 1 spell, so don't even worry about it, viewers. As for weapons, what do we want to give them for weapons, actually? Maybe a katana, 2-weapon style, eventually maybe scimitar or something. Spells are pretty straightforward. You want friends for sure. Protection from evil, I guess. Protection from petrification. Yeah, maybe. Identify, chromatic orb. And, oh, I should probably take magic missile because it's convenient in the early game. So is burning hands, but we can just get a spell scroll. We'll probably be stealing them, viewers. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie to you. Level 2, mirror image, resist fear, knock because we won't have a thief with us in the first dungeon, and it's just going to be a pain in the ass if we don't take it. Melf's acid arrow for, I don't even know if I'll ever slot that in, but it's better than some of the alternatives. In fact, no, it isn't. We'll go with invisibility and blur. I might cast this on other people every once in a while, whereas Melf's acid arrow, probably never going to use it. Actually, instead of blur, we're gonna go with a Ganazar's? Yeah, a Ganazar Scorcher, viewers. Very interesting spell, really good for killing a bunch of trolls that are on the floor at once. Definitely that, definitely that. Remove magic, Skull Trap. 2 of the best spells in the game. A lot of the best spells in the game come at level 3. Haste, also one of the best spells in the game, bar none. And then Melf's Minute Meteors are interesting because they act as a level +5 weapon. Yeah, with a +5 bonus to the attack rolls. So this is a +5 weapon at the start of the game. Like, totally stupid. Flame Arrow is good. Fireball, pretty good. Dispel, completely outclassed by Remove Magic. Then a lot of this other stuff. This can be okay, I guess. Spell Thrust, meh. Vampiric Touch. All this stuff is kind of generic. Ghost Armor will eventually be good, but we definitely want to take some of this other stuff first. Nah, what the hell, we'll take Ghost Armor. Maybe get our armor class better for Irenicus's dungeon, although it doesn't last very long, is the only problem, but odds are I'll just be spamming haste anyways, so no sweat there, viewers. We'll go with blue skin again. We don't have enough green hair, I don't think. And let's get black and red.
You will fall by my
Yes,
hand.
yes, will fall by your hand. And this one needs to be named Luna. Luna. From Lunar, A Silver Star Story. Next up, a somewhat obvious inclusion based on my kit description, so just a second. Alright, next up, we really need an Inquisitor. Like that class is probably the most ridiculous class in the game in a party environment. Like, it's hard to go wrong with an Inquisitor. Good lord, all of these guys are just... Yeah, I guess that'll have to do. This is the first portrait I used when I played I believe it was a monk, actually, so that was a little bit awkward. But to be a paladin, you have to be a human, so this is going to be a very human-heavy party. We're definitely going Inquisitor. Dispel Magic, True Sight, you can't beat it. And all that other stuff's garbage anyways. Have to be lawful good, no getting around it. Paladins are really annoying to stat for, actually. Although I seem to have like miracled my way into a nearly optimal roll. The thing about this, when I fight Illithid, I'm just gonna hide him in a corner and have him do nothing because he cannot handle it, viewers. I'm sorry. I mostly want him to have a good armor class, good strength, and decent constitution. If I could lower these more, I would. But trying to get a roll that's better than this is pretty unreasonable because you can almost never take away from here. So, like, we got this, which is... Oh, God. Well, maybe I was... Oh, no. See, this is just bad. This is all bad. All bad. See, I'd rather have the 16. Thank you. So, we're going to go with that. Skills, the only thing you need is two-handed sword, but, you can only specialize. So, that sucks, but there's nothing you can do about it. So, the next thing you want to do is get something that lets you do bludgeoning damage, which would be quarterstaff, because doing that combined with two-handed weapon style, which I believe gives you -2, yeah, it gives you -2 speed, and then another -2 speed and a higher critical hit rate. So that's pretty nice, but the speed factor doesn't really matter. So mostly the crit is what we were going for there. Hair, man, humans have terrible hair choices in this game. Like, what am I even supposed to do here? I'm gonna go with orange. Why not? And typical black and red, same old stuff. As for this character, well, viewers, we're gonna go with Ximenez. Hopefully you get that. Last up, we'll have a bit of a discussion about that, so stay tuned. Alright, viewers, we have one character left, and, well, we've got some decisions to make. Who should we go with for this one? I think we need... Oh, wait, no, we already did Aerie. Oh, God. Oh, God. You mostly want different portraits so that it's easy to tell these guys apart. We're going to go with Viconia. Yeah, why not? Come here, Viconia. Thank you. Race... Well, let's pick human so we can discuss class. There are a couple things to keep in mind. First off, when it comes to weapons, long swords and scimitars are amazing. Therefore, using long swords and scimitars together can be a little bit trifling. First off, when you have multiple weapons, you make one attack per round with your offhand weapon, and every other attack in that round is made with your main hand weapon. So it's hard to abuse certain aspects in that regard. Having multiple good weapons is mostly useful if they're buffing. So when I have the Flail of Ages, for example, I'll have Cromfair, which will max out my strength. When I have, well, any other weapon, I'm probably going to be using the attack bonus weapons. Kundane, there's Belm, and there's the like weird monk ninja toe thing. But I think that doing that is unnecessary, and it doesn't let us take advantage of certain things. This is also a good slot for something like a monk, you know, because like I said, they're dead weight, but the rest of the party can do all the work with no problem at all. No problem at all if you want to do this. Having a sorcerer or another mage can be really convenient because it'll let you get away with things earlier in the game. Having another thief, actually, specifically an assassin, could also be pretty convenient because he too could take advantage of a lot of the really good weapon types that exist within the game, and in fact he could abuse them even better, because if you get like I said, a quarterstaff, staff of the ram +6, you know, you just smack people for like 180 damage or something totally obnoxious. But I think instead of that, we're gonna take advantage of the archer kit. It's one of the best, and it makes the early game pretty convenient because there are a lot of good bows really early on. Especially short bows, in fact. Will be neutral good. I wonder why archers have to be good. I wonder, like, what kind of design decision that was. I don't know what to say about that, viewers. That's just a little bit strange. But, really, that was kind of a sad roll. We can do better than that for sure. In fact, I think we just did do better than that. Yeah, oh yeah, that'll be the roll we're gonna go with. I believe being a ranger class, we can take advantage of maximum constitution, and then this extra stuff we're just gonna dump into intelligence so that we're more mind flayer resistant. That's really like a serious consideration for me. One thing I didn't really address is that rangers also get a racial enemy, but kind of a joke. For offhand weapons, I guess we'll take mace for a very specific reason. Very specific mace. I've already expressed my extreme dislike of mind flayers, but I wouldn't even worry about that. Like that's marginal at best. Blue, which is actually consistent with her portrait, so I guess we need white hair, because why not? You know, portrait consistency is fun, right?
You will fall by my
Yep,
hand.
we're definitely gonna fall by your hand, Ladybug. Female archer names. I got nothing, viewers. I'll cut it to you straight. I got nothing. So we're just gonna call her Viconia, because why not? Why not? All right, so this is our party. Let's head in game. We'll look at them really quickly. Make some comparing and contrasting pretty reasonable. The main thing is Thaco. The Thacos are all going to be really, really low. Whoa, especially for this Kensai here. Especially once we can get her a bow. Once we can get this guy, I think we start with a two-handed sword over here. But you can notice a lot of these characters have a lot of attacks per round. 3 out of 2. That means in 2 rounds they'll make 3 attacks. So the first round they'll make 1, the second round they'll make 2, the next round they'll make 1. This tends to pop up especially... Where's my Inquisitor? Hey buddy, come over here and pick up a two-handed sword so I can show this off. Two-handed sword, okay. So here, I believe... Oh no, see, that gets us an extra half attack per round, so now we do 2 attacks every round. If we could get another attack per round, then it would increase our number of attacks per round to 3 out of 2, you know, and so on and so forth until until I believe the maximum, the hard cap, is 5 attacks per round, and that'd be awesome. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording here. Probably play around a little bit with certain aspects of how I've done this. Try my hand at video editing. We'll see what happens. Until then, Carter signing off. There was one other thing I forgot to mention, viewers, and you wanna save your game and give it a unique title. What we're gonna do is now that we're done creating our custom party, we can go ahead and transfer it into the single player game simply by copying it from the MP saves folder, copying the whole save folder. When you create a save file, it generates a new folder that stores all of the data for that specific save. You just want to copy and paste that from the MP saves folder into the saves folder. And you want to, I think the numbers that are at the beginning only determine the sorting order, which is why autosave is always like 0 and quick save is always like 1 or something like that. So just make sure you copy and paste it across. And I like to make it really obvious. Copy this save. Yeah, that's what we want to do, because otherwise you'll run into problems like, yeah, see, I can pause, but then unpausing takes forever. You know, it's like a 5-second delay, so that's pretty annoying. I think they do that so that, you know, you're playing multiplayer so that multiple people don't pause, unpause at once and drive each other crazy, but really, to me, it's just annoying. But yeah, thought I'd mention that before we cut this to a close.